Like you, I am also confused on how you ended up here watching this video. But unlike you, I am more than happy to have you. If you're wondering what this random 26-year-old is doing on a Thursday, I will tell you. For a lot of us, excluding myself, I don't know why I would even be considered us in this moment, it was Deep Tech Week. I haven't studied quantum physics a day in my life, which makes it all the more funny and hilarious that I'm even going to an event solely about quantum physics. About four companies are going to be discussing why their new way of approaching this technology, this type of physics, this type of venture is important for our social, our networks, our world. And I don't have the words that they have yet, but I'm more than happy to join in on the conversation. And I'm even more happy that you are going to join in this way, coming from an angle without the same perspective. Welcome to my YouTube channel and my side quest. Today, we're going to learn a little bit more about quantum physics and those who are very interested in this world. I would like to cue some cutesy music here because I'm in the Brooklyn Navy Yard and I don't really have much to say right now, but I did want you guys to see the visuals. Maybe I'll talk about history. I just know it's really cool and a lot of people work here apparently. There was just like 8 million. By the way, my Uber dropped me in the wrong place, so you're gonna see me go on a bus next. But there's like not 8 million people. There's a lot of people that work here for different companies. I'm talking to the point now where the music wouldn't even make sense. I'm gonna stop here. Actually, I am not stopping here. I want to give something to someone who actually cares about what we're seeing on the screen. So here's some information I looked up that is very accurate. So for 165 years, the Brooklyn Navy Yard stood as a pillar of American shipbuildings, a vital force along the waterfront. Its brick warehouses once echoed with the sounds of industries and innovation. And today, those same buildings have found a new life. House trades of different kinds, printing, fashion, and furniture making. A bustling food hall now brings together, look at me. A bustling food hall now brings together local vendors, including the Flamed, Russ, and Daughters. Above it all, rooftops are home to a working farm and even a winery here. Nearby, the tasting room at Kings County Distillery draws visitors with a nod. I'm on the bus because he dropped me at the wrong place. To Brooklyn's Arterian Spirit. I hope that sounds professional to someone. Let's have a little music, please. Okay, stop the music. I know it was long and overdue, but I actually made it to the correct place. Now, you're gonna get clips of various different entrepreneurs and CEOs talking about their companies. And I hope it doesn't bore you. Being there, it wasn't boring, but my recording probably was. These are the sounds of smart people all in the same room. After getting some very yummy and catered food, I got 3 sandwiches and a ridiculous amount of chips. It was time to get smart.
Invest in about how many countries now, Christoph? Over 10, I think. So we look all over the world for great science. And tonight we're going to show you showcase some of those companies, some of those founders, engineers, and researchers who are really going for the hard technology that can change the world. So I want to thank them for everything they're doing. We can give them a preemptive round of applause because the talks are going to be back to back. And I also want to thank Andrew Cote, Statistician, everybody who's volunteered this week. Thanks so much for putting this together. And thank you all for being here and daring to come see things that might be confusing or hard to understand, but that's the way to learn as you get into deep technology areas. So just without further ado, if you want to reach me to chat more about a physics tech company, or you want to learn more about physics tech, my email is here. I've also got a bunch of jobs, different portfolio companies that you can find there.
I just wanted to give a big shout out to Will himself. So we spun out as a company in 2022, almost 3 years ago. So we were a team at Google X. At Brain, I had a kind of informal relationship with Will that eventually became a great kind of friendship and partnership. And actually, Will is tied for being our first advisor ever as a company. So big shout out to Will, and great to be here and talk about all of what we're doing. Transistors, dissipation is a big kind of punishment that we have as we miniaturize. But what if we were able to actually morph that dissipation into useful noise in terms of morphing it into the district grade that at this conference we call it physics tech, kind of widening to kind of include other emerging technologies beyond quantum, because it's kind of clear in our view that this is at the minimum a path for achieving new scaling laws beyond 2030. There are other possibilities too, like this could be the true, I hope Ilya's on the audience, but this could be the true kind of straight shot to superintelligence in terms of kind of a more direct path. We also, when we look at some of these plots in terms of the implied kind of performance and power ratios, we literally end up off the chart, so outside of the sort of tunnel that we're stuck in today with today's paradigm.
Maybe to get you into the context, I want to take you first. So this is an image, a satellite image of Paris, if you recognize. This is where we're from. And if you look at it this way, you just see the geography of the city, but you don't really understand what's going on underneath. You don't really see where the people live, where's the dynamics behind all this. But if I show you this image, so this is a collection of data from a running app which sees where are the people actually going with a smartphone. And more of the computing is done on GPUs that are embedded into the systems, and we see it as a great opportunity to do a lot more things, a lot more advanced software, to have AI embedded into the system, to do a lot more things.
We really provide the hardware together with the software layer that's come with it, but we partner with others in the application development space. For example, partners like OTI will be on it, which is an OLED developer, so they fabricate and manufacture OLED.
We use symmetric cryptography to encrypt and authenticate. Right, here's a tiny part of our economy. By the 90s, when banks and so on wanted to use the internet and global telecommunications as a business tool, right, we needed to secure it, right? Because the internet in the beginning, we didn't secure it because, the stakes just weren't high enough. The adversaries weren't capable and determined enough. But by the 90s, that started to change, and now pretty much most of the global economy fundamentally depends on trusting untrusted systems, which sounds idiotic. But the way we make untrusted systems trustworthy is through cryptography. And one of the most powerful tools that really enabled the last 30 years of economic growth is public key cryptography. Which is more sophisticated than just an encryption algorithm. But that extra sophistication comes in with extra cryptanalytic code-breaking risk, which we knew about. We were saying, hey, we need to worry about this, and almost nobody cared, right? And Peter Shor showed us actually this quantum computer could break the public key cryptography that underpins everything. And I think most people don't get it. People still think, oh, it's about one state actor stealing secrets from another state actor. That's like the least of my personal, I'm not saying that's not a problem, but there's people who've got that covered. I'm worried about how it underpins the whole global economy, not just confidentiality, integrity, authenticity, availability of systems. I'm not worried about people stealing trillions of dollars. You should, I'm worried. My biggest concern is shutting down the global financial system.
Getting safe is one thing, but like we don't know.
I think it's like $1.
Honestly, as much as I do want to talk, that was a lot, and there was so much to learn. There's so many companies here that it's like the dark rooms. There's so many companies here that you don't really think about or know about until you're actually in the building, and I think it's cool just to explore. I think it's cool just to know, just in case I want to be more adventurous, but this is definitely giving me backroom vibes. I want to get out of here. Now, I know, be careful. You're absolutely right, I should be careful. So I will try my best to be careful. Staircase, not always a good thing. But as much as I don't know about quantum physics, I feel like I learned a little bit more today. And what I did learn is important. We're trying to push a new space of solution. We're trying to find new ways to solve the same problems. Because as society develops, our problems look a little different. But I guess my only question with quantum physics is, will this technology help create more solutions for all? Or will it help create solutions for those who can afford it? Like with every possible thing that is invented, money needs to be made. So I ask myself, where am I? Floor 1 to floor 9, no access to floor 2 to 4. I guess I should leave here. Oh, God knows. God knows. Let's get out of here before I can't.
I think I remember when I took my first.
Okay, wait. Okay, now
are
go.
you recording?
Yeah. Do you want to be recorded?
Sure, yes, fine.
Okay. Okay, go.
Okay, let's see. So, yeah, I remember when I took my first modern physics class, and I learned about Bell's theorem. It wasn't kind of obvious to me until then, the way that physics and philosophy can actually connect with one another. And so there's a kind of very deep result with Bell's theorem, where you kind of have to pick one between nature being inherently random in some way that's kind of unpredictable, and until we look at something, we don't really quite know what's going to happen. But then, or some other like crazy option like non-locality and some of these other things which people talk about. So I think, I always point people to read about like Bell's theorem and some of these other things. What was your second question?
What do you want people to know about your company if they're interested in learning about something that can help them in the future?
Right. Yeah, I think right now there's a lot of excitement about quantum, which is great.
And your company's name?
Company named Normal Computing. And so, quantum is obviously going to be a very important technology in the coming years. If we can build a fault-tolerant quantum computer, this would be amazing. But there's other kinds of physics-based computers and technology that are also going to be defining for the upcoming years. So right now we're focused on building something called a thermodynamic computer, which is not controlling quantum coherence, but instead is using kind of noise in computers to accelerate different kinds of generative AI algorithms like diffusion models and other kinds of very important models. So I think right now there's a 10 plus year journey to building quantum computers, which is worth people spending time on. But I would just kind of encourage people to look more widely in terms of other kinds of physics-based technology that's going to, I think, define the next decade.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Your name.
My name's Ferris.
Okay,
yeah.
bye, Ferris.
Okay, good
Good to see you. I have no idea what I'm doing. But if you like the content today and you saw me completely trying to figure it out today for you guys, that's what it was about. Hopefully that last bit helped you see that whatever this video was supposed to give you, yay, nay, quantum. Leave a comment below and subscribe for more of my random adventures. Bye. That was your first interview, girlie.